Good afternoon. This is Crocker's Crazy Living. Coming to you. I'm going to make my vanilla today. And so I got my bottles here, and I figured I'd unpack it. These are called Mockins. 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 It's hard to see, it's backwards. They're the swing top bottles. So I just thought I would come on and unpack them so you can see what you get. I don't remember what I paid for these. I got them on Amazon. They're the swing top bottles. They're 8 ounces. I think there's a dozen here. I think I paid $35 for them. I bought them the first time I ever got them, and then I decided I really liked these. So I just when you order something and you like it, you just say reorder, and it reorders the same product. But they're kind of nice the way they're wrapped. They're wrapped in this nice foam stuff. Maybe I'll give this to Amanda, this foam, to see if there's something that she can make with Calvin. They come with this nice little funnel. That's another thing that's really nice about these. This little pop open funnel that's silicone, so you can stick the funnel in the bottles, and then you can drain in there what you want. And it folds down. It kind of just folds down. This is my second one, because when I reorder, you get another one, and it just comes like that, and you just pop it open. Kind of nice. So yep, you get 12 bottles, and also get a bottle brush. So when you need to clean them out, you can clean them out with a nice little bottle brush. It's one-sided. It's flat on one side, and it's a brush on the other. And I think I get in the last one I got the funnel, the bottle brush, and a pen, a gold paint pen. But I don't see the paint pen in this one. So I'm just going to get all my bottles out, because I'm going to make vanilla. I'm going to use all my bottles. Don't know what Amanda could make with this foam. Yep, here's the paint pen. It's a gold paint pen, so you could write directly on the bottle what's in it. They come out very handy for other things too. I did that the first time. I wrote vanilla, and I wrote the date on the bottle. And I think what I'll probably do is write the date on the bottle this time, but I made labels to actually put on the back of the bottle. Instead of writing the date or when it's going to be ready, I can just write the date that I make it, and then put the label on the back of the bottle. Because vanilla is not hard to make. It's very easy to make. But the hardest part is putting it in a dry, cool place and forgetting about it. The first batch of vanilla I made it kind of late in the year. So the recipe I used did say that you can use your homemade vanilla 6 weeks after making it, but the longer you let it go, the better it is. And it's recommended 6 months. It's recommended to cure for 6 months. I did give it away after 7 weeks or 8 weeks, because I gave it for Christmas. So everybody I gave it to, I said, if you don't need to use vanilla right away, just let it go. But if you're making something that calls for vanilla, go ahead and use it. Don't just put it away and forget about it. If you're making cookies and you need a teaspoon of it, go ahead and use it. You can use it, but the goal is to let it sit for 6 months, because the longer the better. And that's with everything. That's with my liqueur that I make with my elderflowers. That is the same way when you're making wine. The longer it sits, the better it gets. And that's exactly what happens with the vanilla. So I looked up vanilla recipes on Pinterest, I believe. I might have looked it up here on YouTube as well. But the recipes that I saw, they said you could use vodka with your vanilla pods, or you could use rum. So when I make vanilla, I just get a cheaper brand of vodka. I like Absolute. It's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive either. It's a decent brand, so that's what I used the first time that I made the vanilla, and it came out very, very good. Everybody was raving about how good the vanilla was. So this time I got the Absolute, but I also went and got the Myers Dark Rum Jamaican Rum. This is Jamaican Dark Rum, and it's the Myers brand, and that's a very good rum. And it was only 40 bucks for this whole bottle, so that wasn't really too bad of a price. And Winn-Dixie had it on sale as well, so I saved money with that one. And I saved money with this big one too. I get a big bottle because I don't know how much I'm actually going to need. I have 12 bottles to fill. If I do half and half, I might not have needed this much, but I want to make sure I have enough of the alcohol to put into my bottle. I hate having to go back and buy more. The vanilla pods I bought off of Amazon, these are grade A Madagascar bourbon vanilla beans. Now, when I was reading up on these, and then they were saying because it says bourbon on it, I don't remember, it doesn't have bourbon in it. It's just the way, and I wish you could smell these. I can smell the vanilla right through the pack. It smells so good. These are grade A, and I got them off of Amazon, and I think they were 50 pods. There's 50 pods in this vacuum sealed package, and I think they were $35 or $37 for 50 of them. Now, if you're gonna do vanilla, you can read up on vanilla beans. There's different grades of vanilla bean, and there's ones that are better for cooking and such, and there's the other ones, like I could have used a grade B vanilla bean, because that one works just as good for extracts, vanilla extracts. The grade A ones, they tell you to use more if you're scraping out the beans and you're putting it in directly into a recipe. So I just got the grade A because they had the best price for the amount that I wanted. It had the best price, so that's why I ended up getting these. They have Madagascar beans. They have Tahitian vanilla beans from Tahiti, and that, of course, when you start getting different types of vanilla bean, your vanilla extract is going to taste differently. Now I straight up tasted the vanilla right out of the bottle, because it's vanilla bean and it's alcohol. So I wanted to taste it because I wanted to see what it actually did taste like. Now I would never do that with a commercial vanilla. I just wouldn't. But because I made it homemade and it smelled good, I wanted to see what does it taste like. It tasted like the best vanilla I ever had in my life. It was very, very good. So anyway, I'm just going to go rinse these out in hot water. I don't necessarily wash them with soap. I just kind of rinse them with real hot water. And then I'll come back and I'll show you the next stage. Okay, I got my bottles all ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my cutting board. I got me a little cutting mat right here. I'm going to grab me a sharp knife. Get me a sharp knife. I'm going to sharpen it real quick. I can find my little sharpener. just going to give my knife a couple of quick passes with my knife sharpener here. All right. I'm going to cut my package of pods open. I hope you guys can see. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. I got all my bottles here. I cut my package open. And then what you want to do, and because I've already tested this out, and it worked really, really good. For some reason it doesn't want to cut there. There we go. Now open your vanilla pods. Oh my gosh, it smells heavenly. So your pods, you know, because they're packed in that tight package, you gotta kind of loosen them up a little bit. This is what your vanilla pods look like. Just a nice long vanilla bean. Kind of weird because I've never seen vanilla beans before, and I just thought they looked kind of weird, you know. So what I'm gonna do, and what you want to do, is you want to take. I have 50 of these, so I don't know if I'm going to use them all. I might. I'm going to start with 3 beans per bottle, and what you do is you want to take your knife and you want to hold your bean, and you want to just go down, cutting this vanilla bean open, but not cutting it all the way through. Because you want to be able to get that open. You want that to open up while it's in the bottle, fermenting in your alcohol. So you want to just cut that open, cut that down the center as best as you can. It can be kind of tricky. Turn this around. Now what I'm going to do, what I did before is I just left them whole. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half. So I have 6 pieces. And then I'm going to drop it down in the bottle. Okay? So it looks like this. Drop it down in there. And now I left it whole the last time. I left 3 beans just whole. And they did okay, but I thought that cutting them in half would probably work a little bit better this time. The beans aren't real wide either, so they're it can be tricky when it comes to cutting them down the middle like this. And this takes a little bit of time. So you definitely want to do it on a day when you're not rushed. But the object of cutting them down the middle is after you put your alcohol in them and you seal them, and you see, look, the vanilla on my fingers. Look, I got vanilla on my vanilla bean on my finger. Yep. So the object to cutting them open is when you put your alcohol in here and you seal them. Every day or every couple of days, you want to take them and you want to zhuzh them around. You want to give them a good shake, and then you want to put them back. And then what that does is that gets the vanilla bean out of that pod, and the vanilla floats around in your alcohol, and that's what flavors your alcohol and turns it into vanilla extract. So depending on how many pods I have to use, I have 50 pods. I haven't done the math to see how many. I'm doing 3 pods per bottle. Last time I did this, I got 7 bottles because that's all the vanilla that I had. But this time I got more vanilla than I had last time. I think last time I only had a pack of 30. I had 25 in one pack and I don't know, another 12 or 15 in another pack, I think. I don't even remember. So I might divide these up a little bit better and actually put like 4 pods in each one, depending. Or I can put it back in the package and I can vacuum seal it back up and I can store them away somewhere and use them another time. But I could even use a jar, you know. I like the swing top bottles because I like the fact that I can seal them 100% airtight. And that's what I like, because I like that when I do my liqueur as well. I want it to be airtight, so I want it to be absolutely airtight so it does what it needs to do. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting my pods. I'm not going to bore you with that step. I'm going to pause you, and then I will come back when I get all of these filled and when I get ready to put my alcohol in. All right, see you soon. Okay, I'm back. I've got vanilla bean all over my fingers. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, if you care to. I've got vanilla bean all over my fingers. I ended up having enough to put 4 pods in each bottle, cut in half. I cut them in half. And I cut them down the middle. And then I had 6 left. I think I had 6 or 7 whole beans to put in this bigger bottle so I could use all of my bottles. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with the vodka ones. Well, maybe I'll start with the rum. So I'm going to do 6 bottles with rum. I might do this big one with rum. And 6 bottles with vodka. That smells divine. I know rum is... Oh, it just smells like molassesy for some reason. Don't know why, but it does. All right, so I'm just going to pour, you see? I'm just going to pour my rum in my little funnel. Going all the way up to the top of this edge right here. This edge right there. Maybe just a little bit more. Gotta be careful when it comes to funnels because all of a sudden it overflows. Just a couple extra drops. And then you seal it. Oh, come on. Wow. Oh, no, see, that didn't go on straight. Make sure your little rubber stopper gets in that mouth of your jar, your bottle. See, that's crooked. It's got to sit in there just perfect. There. It's still crooked. There, that's better. Make sure those tops are on straight enough to where that stopper goes down in there and this snaps. It can be difficult to snap it. It can be very tight, but that's what you want. You want it to be airtight. So, see, that already looks like vanilla, but don't be fooled. It's going to sit, and you got to shake it every day. You got to just shake that vanilla around so those pods get nice and soft. Now, you can, after you've used up your vanilla, you can get the pods, just shake the pods out of the jar, out of the bottle, and you can scrape that vanilla bean, and put it right into your recipes, into your cookies or whatever you're making, because don't waste that, because that's like the nectar of the vanilla, is the vanilla bean itself. So there's one. I'm going to do another one. You think you ended up, you think you buy a lot of alcohol to do this stuff, but you don't realize how fast and how much it takes to fill up. See, that's already almost half gone. To fill up an 8-ounce jar or an 8-ounce bottle. You know, you don't realize. Oh, there. It's just not straight. I don't know why they're not going on straight. There we go. So I'm going to put my labels on these. I made labels the other day, and they say homemade vanilla and then in parenthesis rum. So I'll know that I used rum in these, because in 6 months I'm not going to remember which is which. And then I'll take my paint pen and I'll put the date on it. So then I know. I don't put dates on my labels because I don't put dates on my labels because I could use a whole sheet of labels like this over years and years time. I don't have to keep making labels. Now I have a friend that said that she tried to make vanilla and it was terrible. I didn't have any help for her because I had just tried it for the first time last year, before last Christmas. So I had no information to tell her why hers didn't come out the way it should have. The only thing I can say is that if you use quality products, you're going to get a quality result. Okay, for instance, I used 100% fine Jamaican rum, Myers dark rum. I didn't get cheap rum. I don't like Bacardi. I just don't care for Bacardi rum. I never have. I like Myers rum when I'm making a rum drink, unless I'm using white rum, a Blanco rum. Same thing with my vodka. When I make the elderflower liqueur, I use Grey Goose. That's top of the line vodka. It's expensive, but because I'm making a liqueur that I am going to drink, I want to make it with good quality product. Hold on, I gotta let the dog out. Hold on. So my theory is, if you use a good quality of whatever you're doing, you're going to get a quality product. I buy the grade A beans. Do I have to have grade A beans? Probably not, but I think it tasted better. I haven't tried it without. Maybe I'll try a Tahitian bean next time. I wanted to get a different bean this time. It just so happened to have been that the amount that I wanted, this particular company had the best price, and it was Madagascar grade A beans. So, same thing with the vodka. This is not a cheap vodka, but it's not top of the line either. I drink this just as well as anything else. It's more expensive. I would if I wanted to. But so using this for an extract, I think was a good choice. I think I'm going to make this one rum. This big bottle is going to be mine. It's going to be my bottle. My big bottle. I got to get that in there. See, this mouth on this bottle is a little bit skinnier than the other bottles. I think the rum, now with this big of a bottle, I probably should have put like 10 pods in there. 8 or 10 pods. But I didn't. I put 6 or 7. That's the bottle that I had from the liqueur from before. I think this rum is going to make a richer tasting vanilla because it smells kind of caramely. It smells like caramel almost. It smells kind of molassesy, and I think it's going to make the vanilla come out much richer, like a much richer vanilla extract. The vodka one is, it's like I said, it's very good, but it kind of, it's not overly pungent, I guess would be the word I'm looking for. Pungent. I think this is going to be much richer in flavor. And I might, I might just like it better. You never know. You try stuff because you don't know. When you watch videos like mine on other people making vanilla and how they do it and what they use. And it's just worth trying different things. That's what it's about. See, now I don't think I have enough rum to do another bottle. So I'm going to save that. I don't think there's enough there for a whole bottle. So I'll just have to go back. Now I might have to go back to the store and buy another little bottle of rum. I bought that big bottle thinking that would do it, but I also used some in a bigger thing. So I'll just have to see what I get out of this. I might have to go back to the store. I tried to explain, I know people that sell alcohol in stores, they don't care what you're buying it for. Their job is to sell it. They don't care. But I don't want people thinking I'm a true alcoholic. So I tell them, especially when I was making the liqueur, because I went and bought like 3 big, huge bottles of vodka. And they looked at me and I said, I'm making elderflower liqueur. I'm not drinking 4 or 5 bottles of vodka. She looked at me and went, okay. Maybe it's just me, a subconscious thing. See, oh, shoot, that was darn near too much. See, now when it starts out clear like this, let me get my vanilla that cured already. This was the one I made before Christmas. See, and it kind of already looks like this one with the rum, right? It already looks like that. But it started out clear like this. So you can see how much it cured over time. And it's delicious. I made that in November. Last November. But I'm glad that I'm getting stuff done. I like to do my projects over the summer because, number one, I'm not working on the summer. So I have time to devote to doing projects. Number two, the sooner you make it to give away for Christmas, the better it'll be by the time you give it. If that makes any sense. This will have a lot of time. This will have a lot of time to cure before I give it away. Sadie, where'd you go? I had to let the dog out. She was crying to go out. So now I had this other label ready to go. And it just says homemade vanilla. It doesn't say that I'm using vodka. It just says homemade vanilla. Oh no, because the other one says rum. So the other one says rum, and I'll know it was made with rum. You can already see the vanilla beans coming out of those pods. That's why you want to cut it down the middle. That's why it's very important to cut the vanilla bean down the middle, because you want those beans exposed and you want them to come out of the pod and float around in that vodka. Very important step. My labels didn't turn out so good. This was a different size label that I've been using. And I have templates that I use online. And my template was set up for the other size labels that I've been using. So when they printed out, they didn't print, they kind of printed out weird. They kind of printed like not straight, not even on the stickers because they're the wrong size. I think if you have an interest to do things homemade like this, yeah, it might cost you a little at the beginning to do something, but the end result that you get is so much worth the effort and the money, in my opinion. This vanilla tasted so delicious that, and it's potent. You don't need a lot of it in your recipe. Like when I have regular vanilla from the grocery store, and that's expensive, and you have to watch out when you buy it from the store. You have to read those ingredients to make sure you're getting 100% pure vanilla, because a lot of times you're not. The label might say pure vanilla, but if the ingredients don't say pure vanilla, then you're not getting pure vanilla. It's kind of an oxymoron. It's just kind of weird, but it's the way it is. And I've tested it. Somebody said that on YouTube on another video, and I went to the store and I tested that fact, and they were 100% right. 100% right. My initial cost for these two, well, yeah, it was kind of pricey. My initial cost was, because I got the alcohol on sale, it was like $77 for both bottles. The vanilla cost me about $35.99, I believe, and the bottles were around the same price. So if you're gonna give it away for Christmas presents, it could be costly. You know, if you're doing it for your own home stuff, you're gonna have a lot of vanilla here. If I priced it out, I'd have to price it out and how much it would be per bottle. I gave some away last year for Christmas, and if the kids don't use it all this year, I'll give them another bottle this Christmas. I mean, how much do you really use vanilla when you're cooking or baking, you know? Ooh, I got just a swig left on that bottle. I don't like to fill these right to the top because I like to leave room to be able to give it a shake. When I need to give it a zhuzh, I like to have actually the space to do that. So let me try the rum. You go back to the rum. There might be enough in here to finish this bottle. And if it doesn't quite fill it up, I don't think I'm going to stress over it. Oh, wow, did I have just enough? Wow, I think I have just enough. Actually, if I go back and I put just a swig in each one, just a drop. It's crooked. Bottle wants to be stubborn, these bottles. These lids. That's going to be good enough. All right, let me try this one. Just a drop. I have to kind of watch my funnel and watch me pouring it in there so I don't overdo it. A little bit more in this one. See, now I'll have to write this down and keep track of what I used and how much of it I got. You know, like the size of the bottle of the rum, the size of the bottle of the vodka, or how many bottles did I get, what size bottles I had. I got this one bottle that is bigger. Pour the rest of it in this one. I got more room in this one, I think. Smells rummy in here. Smells like a pirate's been around. It's just a joke. Still have a little bit more left. Try to squeeze it in this bottle. Is there any more in there? Should save it and make a cocktail tonight, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna get it all in there. I have a little bit left in this one I can squeeze in. Come on. I don't care if I have leftover vodka, but I don't usually drink the rum, so that's why I figured I should use up the rum, because I don't drink rum. I'm not a big rum drinker. I guess it's going to have to do it. I only have like a pinch in there. It's not even enough to save for anything. I don't even think there's a shot in there. I'll just put the lid. It smells really good though. Sadie! Come on, Sadie! I'll put you on pause. I gotta go get my dog. Okay. So, I ended up with... I forgot, too, that when you're making liqueur or any kind of extract, you want at least 40% alcohol by volume. I have seen recipes where people use Everclear or grain alcohol. I don't get that. I just get whatever vodka I know is good or whatever rum is good. This is 40%. So is this. Because you're going to let it sit for, months. And I don't need to go buy Everclear. I don't even know if I can find Everclear anymore. We used to use Everclear when we made jungle juice back in the day. But we don't even do that anymore. We're past all that. We're in our 50s. We don't drink jungle juice anymore. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to, I got them all labeled, I think. I got them all labeled. Label, label, label. Oh, no label. Make sure that they're all labeled here. I'll get my paint pen and I'll write the date on it. Actually, you don't have to write the date. I write the month and the year because then you know to calculate 6 months You check it around this time. And you know, I never would have thought that I would be able to make something that I could just put away and forget about, because I'm not that kind of a person. I am very, I wouldn't say I'm too anxious, but doing projects that you have to stick in the cabinet and forget about for months used to be not the easiest thing for me. Like the first time I ever made pickles, I was younger, and it said that the pickles had to sit for 4 weeks. That just about killed me. 4 weeks to wait for pickles, that just about did it, because I just didn't have the patience for that. But now I'm 59. I have this beautiful um, antique pie safe slash jelly cabinet, whatever they called it back in the day. It came from an antique store, a friend of mine that I love, Rhonda and Bob over at Arcadia of the Seas in Arcadia. If you're local and you've not been there, go see them. They're open, I believe, Thursday through Sunday, 11 to 4. And they have an array of different types of things. They have furniture, they've got knickknacks, they've got all kinds of stuff. They are pickers, and they go travel around the country and they pick products. My cabinet came from Ohio. I don't remember the year it was made, but it was made by an Amish family, and it's in very good shape for as old as it is. It's solid, and it's got nice shelves inside, and I literally put my stuff in there. It's dark in there. It has 2 doors that you close up, chicken wire doors. Close it up, and it's dark and it's cool because we have air conditioning in our house, and I literally forget about it. Honestly, except for taking these out once in a while. Now they say to take them out every day and give them a shake. I don't do that. I might shake them twice a week. If you're going to sit it in there for 6 months and you shake it once in a while, it's going to do what it's going to do. It's not going to be a big deal. So, there I got it. 12 bottles of homemade vanilla. 8-ounce bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with vodka. 2, 4, 5 with rum, and 1 big one for me. This is mine. This is my bottle. And that's it. You put it in the cabinet. Forget about it. Go shake them up every so often, 2 or 3 times a week if you think about it. And in 6 months, you've got delicious, delicious vanilla for your recipes, or a unique gift to give a family member or a friend. I know there was somebody on YouTube or Facebook, one of those groups that I saw. She has it going. She lets hers go 2 years. She makes hers and puts it away for 2 years. So